Okay, fine. So today we will see arithmetic operations, right? Today we will see what do you mean by the arithmetic operations, assignment operators, comparison operators, logical operators, right? And where we can use this, we can use this in a particular conditions. If you want to apply some logical conditions, if we apply some arithmetic operations, right, in that time we can use these operations. Okay, we will see one by one how we can use that, what kind of operations we can perform, right? So we will see arithmetic operations, assignment operations, comparison operations, logical operations, logical condition, and so on, right? So operator, right, C sharp operator, as I said, we have this Uipath itself made in a .NET technology, right? Uipath tool is developed in a .NET technology, right? So whichever operations or whichever functionality is available in the .NET, all that functionality we can use directly inside the Uipath as well. Okay, so operators, if you see C sharp operators, same we can use in Uipath as well. Operators are used to perform operations on variables and values, right? If you want to add two numbers, right, we have this is the operator, plus is a operators, minus is a operator, multiplication is a operator, division is a operator, that we all know. We have one more operator. If you see these three operators are little new for us, right? We have modules, we have increment, and we have decrement. I will show you how these three we can use, right? So we know division, right? Now for example, just consider an example. For example, this is 5 divide 2. So what is the output of this? Output is like 2 2 4, right? So this 2 is my output for when we used 5 divided by 2, right? This is the output. But what do you mean by modules, right? So module, this is the sign of modules, right? So when we use the same functionality like 5 divide by 2, right, in this case the you can say reminder, right? जे रिमाइंडर रहता, जो रिमाइंडर हम लोग का बचता है वहाँ पे, so that is the output for this mod. We can call this operator as a mod, or you can say module, right? Simple. रिमाइंडर जो रहता है कि रिमाइंडर जो बचता है हम लोग का, उसे हम लोग मॉड बोल सकते हैं या मॉड्यूल्स हम लोग बोल सकते हैं, राइट? देन वी हैव इंक्रीमेंट ऑपरेटर, right? Increment, it's simple, right? Increment means, for example, we have x is equal to 5, x equal to 5, x plus plus, right? What do you mean by this x plus plus? Means x is equal to x plus 1. So what is the output of this this, you can say, operator, or you can say this operation? It's like 6. Similar way, decrement, right? So minus minus. Now if I have the value x is equal to 6, and if I want to implement this operator like decrement operator, then it's like x minus minus, x equal to x minus 1. Then my output would be x is equal to 5 plus 1 or minus 1, right? So a decrement operator, right? So operators are used to perform operations on variable and values. In the example, we used plus operator to add together two values, arithmetic operator. This all are the arithmetic operator. Simple. This all we know. Okay, so modules, it just like same division. In division we can in modules or in mod we can consider the remainder value, increment plus 1, decrement minus 1. Okay. Here I have just used the same example, x is equal to 5, x is equal to 5, x plus or equal to 3, x is equal to x plus 3, x is equal to x minus 3, x is equal to x multiplied by 3, x is equal to x divided by 3, x is equal to x mod 3. Okay, example I have just mentioned, right? Now comparison operators, right? Now for this I'll just use like this. Now I have suppose for example I have two variables with me, right? Now I have just take one example. Now for example, here what I'll do, For example, I have one value x is equal to 5 and y is equal to 10, and if I want to put a condition like if x is equal to y, then go with particular condition, or else go with the particular condition. That means I am taking some decision on the basis of my condition, right? So in this case I can use this comparison operators, right? Okay, I'll just open this Uipath Studio again. Okay, just like equal to, we have does not equal to, right? We have greater than, we have less than, we have greater than or equal to operator, we have less than or equal to operators. We will see all these operations, all these operators one by one in our Uipath Studio. Okay, now for example I'll take the another process. Here I'll used arithmetic, simple. Okay, this is the location where my project will stored. This is the description of this project. By default my code is generated in the Visual Basic. Okay, I simply click on the create. Okay, if you see when this creating workspace, adding dependencies, so which dependency my Uipath Studio is downloading. So if you see here, we have these dependencies like Excel activities, mail activities, system activities, testing. So basically these activities needs to installed at my system first. That's what, when you open the Uipath Studio at very first, it will take some times. Once all these libraries, all these classes are getting installed at your system, then at next time it will take some less time. Okay, now what I'll do for the arithmetic operation, for the logical operations, what we'll do, we'll create some variables. For example, here I'll just create var for variable, int for integer value, right? I'll just take the variable type is equal to integer, and I'll just create one more variable var integer 1, right? Variable type is equal to integer. Okay, now I want to compare this, right? So here, as we know, if I want to take variable, I want to use the variable, I need to take assign activity. That's why I have used this assign activity. And now, and again, here in this assign activity I need to use this variable. So what I'll do, I'll simply put my cursor here, I'll use var. Now one more thing which we need to concentrate, or one more thing which we need to consider. If you see, once I create the variable, now this variable come under in this box. This is the symbol of my variable, right? This is the symbol of my variable. This is a different one, this is also different one, this is also different one. For the variable we have this symbol, that means my variable is already created. Now variable int, I have used this variable, and here I'll just give the value of this 10. Now technically if we say I have assigned this 10 value as this variable, that means in background I have saved, I have created a variable like this, and I have stored this 10 value inside the memory. Just now, for example, if I'll take x equal to 10 and x is equal to integer value, that means on memory location I have create some bytes for that. For integer, I guess 4 bytes are there, you can say 4 bytes. It's little bit technical, but still. So for this x value in memory, already 4 bytes are reserved for that. So inside these bytes I can store that 10 value, right? Now again, for this var int, again I'll just take one more assign activity. Inside this var integer 1, and here I'll just use 20. It's an integer value, so this value, this 20 and 10 will not give us any error or any warning message, right? So warning and error, what do you mean by the warning message, or you can say error, right? Now if you see this red color, you can say circle, this is the error, right? This is the error. Error means without, or if I try to execute this, my bot will not work, or you can say my program will not work until and unless this error will be solved. Okay, so I need to for execution, for successful execution, I need to resolve this error. So I need to understand what is the error, right? So for that, if you see value of you option strict on disallowed implicit conversion from string to integer, that means this is a string value which you are passing and the variable which you have created is an integer value, so data type is mismatched. So I need to first resolve this error, right? So I'll just mention 20. Now this error will gone away, right? Now here what I'll do, I'll take one if condition. This is the condition. If is a condition, right? Here I'll simply put this if condition here. This is the if condition, if block you can say. In if block we have two section. One is my condition, and you can say this is my then and else. Three conditions, or you can say three blocks. Here what I'll do, I'll simply put in if condition where int equal to where int 2, int 1, because this is the integer value. So I'll just mention if where int equal to where int 1, then what you do, if this both value are equal, then go with the then block. Okay, inside this then block I'll simply use message box, right? Inside this message I'll use in double quotes, I'm using I am inside the if block, if block. Else I'll simply use again one message box and I'll simply put I am inside the else block. Okay, else block, right? Now if you see 10 and 20, and if I'll run this, if I'll execute this, obviously we will get the else block condition, or will this executor executes the else block condition. Why? See, I am inside the else block. Okay, that means what basically I am doing here, I am comparing, with help of this comparison operator, I am comparing two values, and on the basis of this condition my further flow will get executed. Okay, similar way as we see here, we have equal to, that means we have comparison. Not equal to, that also we can do, right? Equal to, does not equal to, this is does not equal to, or you can say we have another methods like not. Does not equal to, this is the sign of, you can say, does not equal to, does not equal to. If I'll execute this, we will get I am in the if block. Okay, see, I am inside the if block, because obviously where and where 1, they have different value. That means this value, this then will get successfully executed, right? Greater than means this one, right? Greater than, if where int is greater than where int is less than, right? Again, less than or equal to, that means I'm combining two values, right? Less than or equal to means if my condition would be like, for example, x equal to 10 and y is equal to 20. Now if I'll just consider if x is less than or equal to y, okay, that means we have combined two conditions. First condition is like x is less than y, and second condition, or you can say, or the second condition, x equal to y, right? X less than or equal to y. In a similar way, x is, you can practice it. Okay, x is greater than or equal to y, or you can say greater than y. X greater than or equal to y, x is equal to y, or you can say x is greater than or equal to y. Okay, so these all are the condition, you can say comparison operator, right? Equal to, not equal to, greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. Simple. This is little bit interesting, or this is little bit newer one actually. Okay, logical operator. right? What do you mean by this logical operator? So here if you see, logical returns true if both statements are true, right? Now we'll go directly on the practical side. Now for example, what do you mean by logical operators? We have two operators here, right? Here we have two operators. Logical operators, right? We have two operators, one is and, second is or, right? Normally in C sharp, or you can say other languages, and sometimes it will consider, or this symbol is also used, and for or these two pipes is also used, right? In Uipath we can use and or. Okay, so what do you mean by and or? Now whichever example we have taken, we have only taken these single conditions, right? But if you want to use multiple condition inside this condition block, with help of that also we can do with help of the and or operators. For example, now what I need to do, I need to see here, I have used like, if my var int is greater than var int 1, this is my first condition, and again I want to use one more condition inside the if block, right? So what I'll do, again I'll use, now for example, var int equal to 10, right? And inside this, now if I'll use and means if these both condition will satisfy, then my execution go inside this then block. That means this two condition with if I'll use and, that means this is mandatory, then this condition and this condition, this both condition will give us me true value, right? Now if I'll execute this, obviously var int is equal to 10, that is fine, this is the true, that means it will give me the true. But var int is greater than var 2, is the 10 is greater than 2, so obviously it will give me the false, right? So if I'll execute this, we will get result as a I am inside the else block. Right? If you execute this, see, I am inside the else block. Why? Because I have used and here. And means whenever I have used and, that means this two condition or whichever condition, we can use multiple condition here, right? Not only two, I can use 3, 4, 5 here, right? So and or, and means this both condition will needs to be satisfied, then and then only we will go inside the then, otherwise control go inside the else, right? Opposite to that, if I'll use or, right, opposite to that, if I'll use or here, now either this or this, okay, this means either this condition will satisfy or this condition will satisfy, then my control go inside then. If I'll execute this, okay, see, I am inside the if block, right? Same way I can use not or, I can use again and here, again I'll put some condition like this, right? Again or, again I'll use some var int 1, again I put something like that, I can use multiple conditions here. Okay, so with help of the logical operator, we can put much, or you can say many conditions within a single condition. That is the one thing. Similar way, what I can use, this is my if block, so we can use multiple if block inside the if block. For example, this is my if block, right? Again, if you want to check some more conditions, then again I can use if block inside the if block. Same like, again if I want to use some conditions, again I can use if block inside the else block. This is called as the nested if. This is called as the nested blocks, one inside the another, one block inside another, right? So if if this condition will get satisfied, if I'll go inside it again, I can put some another condition, right, where int is equal to 20. If I want to use one more if blocks, then also I can put that if condition inside this or inside the else blocks. As per my business logic, as per my condition, I can put that condition. Okay, so this is my logical operators. Arithmetic operation, this is the comparison operators, this is the arithmetic operators, right? Arithmetic operators like plus, minus, multiplication, division, modules, increment and decrement. This is the arithmetic operators. We can use for this arithmetic operators for calculative purpose or calculations purpose, right? Here the example of this arithmetic operations, this is the comparison. If I want to take some condition, and on the basis of that condition, if I want to go or if I want to execute some flow, then I can use this comparative operators. Here we have like equal to, not equal to, greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. This is my logical operators. Usually in Uipath I can use and or, right, like this, and or, right, and in and means both condition will needs to be get satisfied, and or means either this condition will satisfy or this condition will satisfy. If I'll use or here, right, just consider, see, whenever I have used this existing keyword, that keyword is come in the blue color, that means this is the keyword, right, and this variable is come in the, you can say, black color. That means I have created this keyword from my side manually. I have created variable. This 54 is also not a keyword, this is I am putting manually, right, but this or is come in the color in, you can say, blue color. That means this is the keyword, existing keyword I am using. That's what this or you can say this, and this keyword is came, or you can say this keyword are showing as a blue color, right. This is the existing keyword. Okay, so with help of this logical operators, we can perform multiple condition in a single, you can say, condition message, or you can perform multiple conditions here. Similar way, if we want to use multiple if blocks or multiple else block inside if block or inside the else block, you can say this is called as the nested if blocks, or you can say nested else block. We can put multiple if block inside the if block. Got it? So this is the logical operators. Sorry, as I said, if logical condition statement, we can use if to specify a block of a code to be executed, right, if a specific condition is true. Else, use else to specify a block of a code to be executed if the same condition is false, as we said, or as we seen. Else if to specify a new condition to test if the first condition is false. Else if, that means nested if. Basically, if we put a whole if else inside the if block, that is the, you can say, nested if condition. We have the switch case as well, that we will see later on, right. So as you say, if x is equal to 20, y is equal to 18, x, we put like console.write line. In Uipath I'll put it like message box. This is the C# code. Here also int 20 time equal to less than 18, so this will execute, right. Switch case, we will see switch case later on.